Yeah. What is going on, guys? And I hope you are all well as can be, given the situation. Okay, as a little bit of a mix-up, what I decided to do for this form check Friday is kind of select a handful of completely bodyweight exercises which I think you should be doing at home if you have no equipment. Okay, if you were to include these exercises, you would be covering your whole bases. What I keep seeing is a lot of people are very worried about losing their gains, okay? Everyone works freaking hard in the gym to make those gains, and people are worried about losing them, okay? So if you were to take these exercises to pretty much failure, I'll put this in the description below about how to structure this into a workout. But if you were to do these exercises and this session 3 or 4 times a week and take things to a failure, you will not lose your gains. It is that simple, as long as you're eating adequate protein as well and recovering, okay? It just says that we can build and maintain muscle anywhere between kind of 3 and 30 plus reps, as long as we're taking things very close to failure, okay? So, the first exercise which I have got for us, we're going to do a heels elevated kind of squat. This is a bit like of an alternative to a sissy squat. You can see I'm using a foam roller here, but you could use anything which you can elevate your heels with. If you've got a couple of books you can put underneath your heels, anything like that, okay? So, when we start stood up nice and tall, heels elevated, weights all going through our heels, okay? I'm now going to try and keep my body as upright as I can. I'm going to allow my knees to slide right forward, and I'm going to sit as low down in that squat as I can. Still driving the weight through my heels, and then kind of come up nice and straight. And I'm really going to think about squeezing my quads nice and tight at the top, okay? Most important thing here is that you control it on the way down. 3, 2, 1. You pause at the bottom and you go nice and slow on the way up. 3 seconds down. 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. And nice and slow on the way up, okay? The slower you go and the more you concentrate on really squeezing those quads, trust me, you'll hit failure pretty soon, okay? So that's going to really fatigue those quads. Now we're going to move into a heel slide. If you've got a wooden floor, you can just do this in your socks, or if you're on a carpet, what you can do is put coasters down on the floor like you can see I've done here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to make sure that our heels are on the floor and our upper back. That is it, okay? We're then going to squeeze our glutes up nice and high, and we're going to think about doing a hamstring curl. We're going to pull those heels in towards our bum. And guys, these are difficult. Like, my lower body's pretty strong. There's no way I'd be doing more than a set of 20 of these if you're doing them right, okay? You can see the whole time I'm trying to look at a straight line from my hip to my knee to my hip to my shoulder. There's no way I'm letting those hips drop, okay? I've got to keep those hips up the whole time, okay? If you guys are really looking to push the boat out and try these single leg, they are disgusting, and I tell you that now, okay? But trust me, if you keep those hips up on these, you will not be getting many reps. So after we've done these, we've now really massively fatigued both our quads and our hamstrings. We're now going to move into kind of a Bulgarian split squat. Again, we're going to be making sure that we're keeping this front foot nice and flat on the floor. We're allowing our knee to travel forward slightly to get a little bit more quad activation. And we're really going nice and slow on the way down and nice and slow on the way up, getting a full range of motion. Really thinking about squeezing that quad and my glutes and my hamstring the whole time throughout, okay? When we're kind of training without much weight, it's just really about the kind of mind-muscle connection, making sure that we are using the correct muscles. Think about why we're doing a movement and what we're trying to achieve, okay? But the reason we do these third is because this is a movement you're going to be a lot stronger in. So if we massively fatigue your quads and fatigue your hamstrings and then go into this, you're then going to reach failure a lot quicker on these Bulgarian split squats, okay? Trust me, if you do that as a triple set and take one each to failure, this will be absolutely ruthless, okay? I'm telling you now. And then to finish things off with calves, you do a single leg calf raise. Tell you what, if you're doing these properly, going 2 seconds up, a good squeeze at the top, 2 seconds down, hold at the bottom for 2 seconds and up. I'm doing them a little bit quickly here. Again, you won't be getting more than 15, 20 reps, which is absolutely fine. That's going to give you a good lower body workout. Just those 4 exercises there, you've got your full lower body covered, and you're going to be sore. I'm telling you that now, and you're going to maintain your gains, if not even gain something. Okay. Now we're going to move into a push-up. Okay, push-ups are one of the most underrated exercises, if you ask me. If you tell me you can bang out 50 press-ups like this, then you're a fucking freak. I'm telling you that now. Okay? When we do our press-ups, we're just making sure we maintain nice tight core and make them hard for yourself. Think about trying to make these movements harder. We want to make them so hard that we can't get many reps, okay? So here, I'm thinking about screwing my hands into the floor, keeping my elbows tucked. 3 seconds down, a little bit of pause and slow on the way up, okay? You will not be able to do many reps if you do them like this, okay? And if you can either put a bit of weight on your back, you can elevate your feet, you can put a resistance band around your back. There's so many ways to make this really, really difficult. I'm telling you now, if you're doing them under control like this and keeping your core nice and tight, really thinking about squeezing that chest at the top, you won't get many reps, okay? And that's going to give you a massive stimulus in your chest, enough to maintain any gains you've made and maybe even more to potentially increase gains. So that means we've got a horizontal press. Now we're going to get a vertical press, so something which is more shoulder dominant. We've stimulated the chest enough and we've hit that. Now we're going to move into shoulder, okay? So we're going to do a handstand press up. This is a very advanced movement, but you can just do this in a pike position with your feet on the floor or with your feet on the couch or something. But if you're pretty advanced, this is a really good movement, okay? Handstand position, then just get your head to the floor and press straight up, okay? These are difficult. I don't need to say anything about these. You will not be getting many reps. It's that simple, okay? If you are finding these a bit too difficult, obviously, pop your feet on the floor, do them in a pike position, or just elevate your feet on a couch. Big thing is that we're trying to press straight overhead. We're trying to get a vertical press movement. On these, squeeze your glutes, core nice and tight, move straight up and down, okay? I could probably only manage probably a set of 10 of these strict. So it goes to show how difficult these are, all right? Now we're going to move into 2 pulling movements. I would say when we're training at home, doing any pulling exercises is probably the most difficult thing. So you can see how I've kind of set up an inverted row here. You can either do it underneath the table, but I found with a lot of people, the tables just aren't very sturdy, okay? So this is a nice easy one. You could do this with any chairs and a broomstick or a mop or something. Rest it across. Biggest thing here is that we make sure, again, we keep our hips nice and high, okay? So I'd be looking for a straight line from my knee to my hip to my shoulder. Bum squeeze the whole time, core nice and tight. And then I'm pulling up, squeezing those shoulders back, okay? I can slow this down a lot more. My form's not brilliant on this, to be honest, okay? Again, we're going to take this to failure. Trust me, this is not an easy exercise. If you want to make this harder, take your legs straight. If you want to make it even harder again, put your feet up on another chair so your feet are elevated. Again, this is a very, very difficult movement. And this is going to give us a horizontal pull, okay? Targeting a lot more mid-back. Very difficult movement if done right, okay? And then we're going to move into a pull-up. So we've got a horizontal pull. Now we've got a vertical pull covering all bases, okay? If you don't have a pull-up bar or something like that, quite often people will say, oh, I can't do it on a tree because my grip isn't right. But what you can do is get yourself a tea towel or a towel, hook it around. Then your grip's nice and even to pull up, and you can really pull up and squeeze those shoulder blades back as well. Very challenging on your grip though, I must admit, okay? So you can see here, I've used a tree, hooked a tea towel through. And yeah, I'm managing to get a good couple of sets of pull-ups in there. Like, if you progress these movements and then once you do them, next week you just try and get one more rep or you try and control them a little bit more, you covered all your bases with these exercises, okay? Now we're just moving to a few isolations just to keep on top of it. So we've got a side raise here. I'm doing it here with some garden chairs, but you could literally do this with anything. 2-litre water bowls, 5-litre water bowls, a couple of blocks, some bricks, just anything you get your hands on. Get inventive, keep those chests out, really squeeze those side lats, side delts, because this is a muscle group that isn't the easiest to train. So by doing this, we're making sure that we're targeting them. Then after this, we're going to move into, you can see it's not easy, a dip. So then we've got some triceps in. Just make sure that you are careful doing like this, that the chairs do not buckle in, okay? And we know dips are not an easy movement. If you're doing dips nice and slow again, and your chest is already really fatigued from earlier on in the workout, these are going to be tricky, okay? So control them on the way down, smooth on the way up, squeeze those triceps, okay? Dips are pretty simple and a very, very difficult movement. If you want to add a little bit of load, you can pop a backpack on and put some tins or some water bottles in it. But I think if you're going slow on the way down and slow on the way up on these, you won't need to add any load. It's going to be flipping difficult, okay? And then some biceps, okay? I'm using a box of Corona here, just because I'm cool. But you could use anything. Blocks, a backpack full and just hold the straps. Anything. Just make sure you really take your time, squeeze that muscle and take the sets to failure, okay? Pretty self-explanatory. We're just covering all our bases then, okay? And then obviously I don't even need to go over core exercises. That is so simple for everybody, okay? But like I've said, the most important thing is we just take these sets as close to failure as we can, okay? So, guys, this is some of the exercises, the bare basics that would cover you, okay? You've got quads, hamstrings, full lower body. We've got 3 exercises there. We've got calves. We've then got a horizontal press, a horizontal pull for chest and back. We've got a vertical press and a vertical pull for shoulders and a bit more back. We've then got side raises to hit delts. We've then got biceps, triceps, and core is so simple I don't need to explain that. You can do leg raises, sit-ups, Russian twists, mountain climbers. You know it. It is endless, okay? That just shows you how simple this is. I'm telling you now, if you did this little workout 3 to 4 times a week and worked freaking hard, taking each set to failure, and you made sure that you progressed from week to week, just trying to do 1 more rep, just trying to do 2 more reps, just trying to control the movement a little bit more. I'm telling you, I think you'd actually be amazed the progress that you can see in your physique, okay? Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to keep trying to bring you content like this. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next week, okay? Stay safe.
Yeah. Coming in.